And now from the Coastal Empire and Low Country studios of WJCL News, Good Morning Savannah, working for you.
Happy Thanksgiving Eve. It is November 27th. I'm Jessica Kiss.
And I'm Storm Tracker meteorologist Jonathan Myers.
Now, unfortunately, for many of the 43 million people expected to travel today, the weather could be a problem.
Yes, Jessica, Thanksgiving in the Northeast should be decent, but travel today will be a huge problem. Of course, we'll be looking at in the destination weather in a little bit. Live radar this morning, we are starting out. We look at all that sloppy weather from Asheville, North Carolina, reporting snow. Charlotte may even see some snow here in a little bit with that line of snow showers moving through western North Carolina all the way up to the mid-Atlantic Northeast, and it will be a nasty day. Now, we did have some heavy rain just moved through Chatham County in the last couple hours, and the low country, the last batch of the rain is moving out. Here's that storm tracker forecast today. Today's going to be a very unusual day. You usually have your high temperature in the afternoon, not so much the case. Already we've reached that high of 71 in Savannah, 54 to 58 in the afternoon. Temperatures continue to fall throughout the afternoon, 48 to 52. It will be a windy day with gusterly westerly winds through the afternoon.
Well, if you're flying north today or on Thanksgiving, several airlines like Delta and JetBlue are actually waiving their change flight fees because of the weather. This applies to destinations in the north like New York City, Philadelphia, and Boston. Check the specific airline websites to see what days and what cities this applies to, but airport officials advise you to plan ahead.
Be patient. Be very patient and allow plenty of time. Even here, make sure that you allow at least an hour before your flight to be parked and inside the airport. That way you can get through security if it's a crowded time of day. If you have to make any changes or anything like that, then you shouldn't have any problem getting to your flight on time.
If you haven't booked any travel plans yet, you might want to consider going by train. Amtrak says it's not expecting any delays. You might not get there till Saturday, but weather may have played a role in an accident that happened on Interstate 95 Tuesday. This backed up traffic for miles. Crews shut down a lane of Interstate 95 at about 11:30 Tuesday morning. This was around mile marker 100. At least 2 cars were on the side of the highway. Needless to say, it was a slow go until that wreck was cleared. Last night, crews had to pull a tractor trailer upright. Here it is after that happened. We were told that the truck overturned while making a turn near the airport. It happened around 8. It closed the lanes eastbound on Pooler Parkway at Mill Creek Circle. WJCL was told that no one was hurt. The Effingham County Sheriff's Office releases the name of the young man who died in an accident Monday night. He is the 4th person to die in auto accidents this week in the county. Monday night, 21-year-old Terry Mack was driving Fort Howard Road when investigators say he ran through a stop sign at Old Augusta Road and he T-boned a pickup truck. He died at the scene. Now, this crash comes on the heels of a triple fatality last Thursday, leaving 3 brothers dead when their truck ran a stop sign before crashing into a gasoline tanker truck. Investigators say speed and carelessness have contributed to an increase in deaths.
We're trying to take steps into reducing these fatalities. We're trying to figure out some different ways to make these streets safer. We've already put some stops, larger stop signs in place with rumble strips and like reflectors.
And there have been 16 deaths on Effingham County roads this year to date. That number is twice what it was this time last year. Tens of thousands of dollars have been raised online to help that family that lost 3 boys in that wreck in Effingham last week. But as we uncovered, the family will not see all of the money. GoFundMe.com allows people to easily collect money for a variety of things, but the site takes 5% for itself and another 3% for processing fees. The website's officials say the surcharge is to cover their expenses, but computer experts say before you sign up for any kind of service like this, do your homework.
Just don't rush into it. Don't click the first one off of Google. Kind of see what the best options are for you.
Banks are another option for people. United Community Bank says it offers people a service in times of need without charging them any fees. Concerns for people's privacy seems to have scrapped the plan to put cameras on the Lazaretto Creek Bridge leading onto Tybee Island. Tybee leaders say they are likely going to abandon the plan to buy a $29,000 piece of equipment that would have scanned the car tags of visitors going onto the island. Tourism officials say it was meant to track exactly who was coming onto the island and for how long, but there were a lot of concerns that Big Brother was watching too closely.
What we're doing right now is basically taking a step back, and I anticipate that rather than use technology like the license plate scanners, that what we'll use is something that will simply count vehicles, that won't read license plates or anything like that. It'll just simply count cars.
Tybee Council will hold a special meeting next week to make a final decision. All right, to Toombs County now, where 3 students are facing felony charges after pulling off a senior prank. Police say the students went into the school October 7th and dumped 2,000 crickets, painted a wall, and emptied fire extinguishers. They've been charged with burglary and interference with government property. They'll also have to attend alternative schools so they can graduate. 17-year-old Juan Lasoya is one of the students charged in the senior prank. His mom and their attorney say that a teacher knew about the whole thing.
It's not fair considering the teacher's involvement. You know, if he'll accept the punishment, but not as harsh. I mean, don't ruin his future.
When you start costing taxpayer dollars to fix or correct something that they look at as a prank, then yes, we take it very seriously.
The student's attorney says that the teacher resigned from her job. WJCL did talk to the teacher by phone. She says she was not involved and actually refused any further comment. Another arrest is made in that reported drug deal gone wrong in Beaufort. A Marine was shot and killed during that alleged drug deal. 21-year-old Carl Little was arrested Tuesday by the Beaufort Police Department. Now at this point, he's been charged with the sale and distribution of marijuana. All of this comes after 20-year-old Private First Class Jarrett Timberson was killed when officers say he and 18-year-old Kelsey Dent attempted to buy marijuana on Hookstra Lane. Investigators say the pair pulled out fake pistols and tried to rob Little. But Little pulled out a real pistol and shot Timberson several times, killing him. Timberson's wife, 19-year-old Champagne White Timberson, has been arrested and charged with criminal conspiracy. Kelsey Dent is charged with armed robbery.
Time for that storm tracker forecast. It is a sloppy one for the mid-Atlantic Northeast. We're seeing that rain now eventually moving out of our area. That continues to see improving conditions. But if you're traveling, let's say Savannah up I-95, you look at all the nasty weather from South Carolina, especially once you get up into North Carolina and northward. Now south on I-95 looking pretty good all the way down into the Sunshine State. And also if you're traveling, let's say back toward Atlanta, then up to the north on I-75, not too bad either. The last of the snow showers is looking like it's moving out of the North Carolina mountains. And numerous delays for airports. You definitely check in with your airlines if you're flying out this morning. More than likely, if you're going to the Northeast, you probably will have some kind of delays, either inbound or outbound flights. Live radar across our area. We are seeing the last of the batch of the rain from Beaufort all the way down just north of Bluffton now is pretty much lifting out. And you can see even Hilton Head had a heavy downpour in the last 20 to 30 minutes. Storm tracker model is showing there's the showers that are moving through this morning. Cold front quickly works through, and we will see our temperatures falling off, and also windy conditions throughout the day. We'll probably see winds gusting over 30 miles per hour for many areas throughout the afternoon, but we will see that sunshine returning later today as well. I expect after 2-3 o'clock, you'll definitely see the skies clearing up and lots of sunshine by the late afternoon. The temperatures outside, we're seeing a large range, and the temperatures 50 to 51 degrees Metter to Statesboro, Sylvania 53. It's 10 degrees warmer when you go to Savannah, 61 degrees. You can easily pick out about where that cold front is. It's stretching right through the area from Jessup to Hinesville and just off to the west of Ridgeland. This will move through, allow for that cooler and drier air will filter into our area. We've already reached our daytime high for today in Savannah of 71 degrees. Temperatures will continue to fall throughout the day. Kind of an unusual weather day with this cold air working in. 58 degree shower ending at 7 by lunchtime 52, and then into the afternoon it will be windy 51 degrees. I went 56 for a high, but this afternoon temperatures in some spots may fall all the way down into the 40s late today at probably about 3-4 o'clock. So that just shows you how those temperatures will be falling this afternoon. Storm tracker 7-day forecast. After we get through today, great weather for Thanksgiving Day. Bright sunshine, 54 in the afternoon. And then for the shopping day, enjoy it. But it's going to be a cold one, though, waiting in line in the morning, 32, and then 60 in the afternoon, and good weather for much of the weekend, but we'll see more clouds around by Sunday.
You can track the storms and the incoming cold weather from the palm of your hand. Just download our new and improved app on your smartphone, or if you already have it, you can update it for a more user-friendly experience. You can pull up the forecast. You can look at that interactive radar. That way you're going to know exactly what the weather is before you leave the house. It's a great way to plan your day. All right, coming up on Good Morning Savannah, it's the final installment of our Dangerous Driving series.
You'll see what state troopers say can be the most dangerous of all bad habits behind the wheel.
There's several times that we will receive a 911 Star GSP call that a drunk driver's on the roadway, and after we make the traffic stop, we realize the person is just actually fatigued and tired, but they exhibit the same signs, if not worse.
I think I drew the short end of the stick of the morning crew. I've seen the sun rise, set, and rise again without any sleep. How will that affect me driving? We will find out.
Welcome back to Good Morning Savannah. A lot of us look forward to the Thanksgiving meal all year long. The problem is most of us are also guilty of overeating. Cutting down on the calories we consume in one sitting doesn't have to come down to killing the flavor or even the tradition of the foods that we enjoy. A little forethought goes a long way. Here's WJCL's Nick Notario working for you.
Millions of us will get together to eat a Thanksgiving feast, a time people get to enjoy their favorite foods.
I tend to eat a lot of, I'll be eating a lot of potatoes and, variations thereof, sweet potatoes.
During the year, we're always eating healthy, but for Thanksgiving and for Christmas, we want to eat something really good. So everything that's cooked, I'm going to eat.
They're not alone. Memorial Hospital dietitian Brittany Lightsey says on Thanksgiving, Americans will eat way more than they're supposed to.
It's a little kind of terrifying to realize that we eat 4,500 calories.
To help cut the number down, Lightsey says there are things you can do while still enjoying dinner. Use a salad plate instead of a larger dinner plate, and if one's not available, try to eat smaller portions. Also, think color. Fruits and vegetables are great superfoods. The more on your plate, the better. Plus, look for substitutes. Instead of butter, try applesauce.
Of course, dessert can get you in trouble too, but there's ways to do it smart. Health experts say to avoid certain pies and cakes that have a lot of sugar in it, including apple or pecan. The best way to go, they say, stick with pumpkin.
If you think exercise will do the trick, you might want to reconsider. To burn off a Thanksgiving meal, Lightsey says you would have to walk for 12 and a half hours, which is why she says it's better to plan ahead and you won't have to feel guilty about what's on your plate.
Filling up on a healthy breakfast before you go to Thanksgiving dinner, you'll be on the right track.
Nick Notario, WJCL News, working for you.
Thanks, Nick. There are some other things you can do the holiday season to watch your weight. We've put them on our website, WJCL.com. Well, to protect and serve a Thanksgiving feast, well, our local law enforcement are doing their part this season to give back. The Sheriff's Office is teaming up with the local chapter of the International Longshoremen's Association to donate meals to 10 needy families. The ILA donates a gift card for the families to buy a turkey. Patrick's Uniforms donates a dessert, and then the deputies donate the fix-ins. The Sheriff's Office has been giving away food to the needy for more than 10 years. Way to go. Coming up on Good Morning Savannah, as Americans all over the country do prepare to feast on turkey this Thanksgiving, there's one lucky bird that will live to see another day. Later on, we'll share that story with you. And a little after 6:30, the holiday shopping frenzy is about to begin. But while you're busy scoring the deals, criminals are often trying to score some deals of their own. And let me tell you, they're illicit. We'll tell you what police are doing to keep you safer this year. We'll be right back. Thanks for joining us this morning. Hey, is this just a top tease, top VOT, so you won't even see my face? Yeah. All right. Don't let it scare you, but can I just do it from my desk? Okay, I'll be ready for it, I promise. Thanks.
Welcome back to Good Morning Savannah. Thanks for waking up with us. Here we go on a Wednesday morning, that big travel day of the year. And look at the sloppy weather all up the East Coast. Unfortunately, if you're flying out of Savannah to maybe Atlanta or Charlotte, to expect delays. The weather's not too bad in Atlanta. They did have a little bit of snow this morning and sleet. That is moving out of there. But look at Charlotte. They'll probably get some snow showers here very shortly. But the sloppy weather is from Washington, New York to Boston. They are seeing low clouds and rain. And those low clouds, or what they call the low ceilings, are going to definitely delay many flights. They already seen delays in parts of the Northeast between 90 minutes and up to 120 minutes. That's inbound and outbound flights. Now here on Destination Weather, it's showing on time for Savannah, also Atlanta and Charlotte. But I can tell you, I checked Charlotte. They're already reporting some delays that are headed to the Northeast. The Southeast, not too bad. It is clearing up. And delays already, and it's showing green here in Philadelphia, but I just looked. Inbound flights are reporting about 40-minute delays. Outbound flights up to an hour. Also, LaGuardia is reporting just small delays, but do expect once air travel continues to pick up throughout the day, those delays will continue to increase. Let's look at that storm tracker. A 7-day forecast for today. It'll be a windy day, 56 degrees in the afternoon. And then once we get into Thanksgiving Day, we will see temperatures 54 degrees. It'll be a chilly day. And then good weather for Friday with afternoon highs near 60. Jessica?
Thanks, Jonathan. Coming up, gangs claiming territory in Jasper County, targeting young people and recruiting those still in school. After the break, WJCL's Larry Sproul takes a look at this growing problem in the Low Country. I know. I know. Yes. Yes, the T's. T's, yeah. Or no, the though. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Welcome back. We showed you what deputies in Chatham County are doing for those in need. Here are Metro Police officers from the Central Precinct doing good deeds as well. They delivered meals to 3 needy families as part of their annual Thanksgiving Give Back initiative. Officers have been collecting food from donors. Also, several officers bought turkeys, hams, and full hot meals with their own money to help struggling families.
Police, we're always out there policing, and we get to see these families, we get to go in these homes. But there's a need, and we are hoping that by what we did with the staff, the officers here, they collected food, collected enough, so much that I'm actually going to be able to do a Christmas family.
That is awesome. And a brand new refrigerator by Living Goods Appliances was also donated to one of the families. It's 6:23 right now. The FBI claims that we have more than 33,000 gangs in the United States. 4 of those are claiming territory in Jasper County, South Carolina. Worse, they're targeting young people, recruiting those still in school. WJCL Low Country Bureau Chief Larry Sproul takes a look at this growing problem in Jasper County schools. Now, some of the video is blurred. We do not want to promote gang behavior of any kind.
Welcome to Jasper County, South Carolina. Roughly 25,000 people call towns like Hardeeville and Ridgeland home. Recently, these sites have started to call the southernmost county in South Carolina home as well, leaving people in Jasper County wondering and asking this question.
Are there gangs here in Jasper County?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's a fact.
A fact Jasper County Sheriff Gregory Jenkins knows all too well.
As we patrol the county, what they've been informed to do is to notice defacing like state property, stop signs, buildings where it's, buildings that may not be occupied. We've been finding out that there's a lot of tagging gang symbols is what we're finding.
Especially after a fight broke out at Ridgeland Hardeeville High School a couple of weeks ago.
Sheriff Jenkins says they are still investigating the big fight that happened here at Ridgeland Hardeeville High School. He says that fight was gang related. And since then, they have identified 4 sets of gangs right here in Jasper County schools. But he would not release the names of those gang organizations.
We've identified 4 nationally known gangs here in Jasper County. That's not including the regular gangs that would, communities where the young people would come up with their own names. These are our students. These are young people that move from the county residences into the schools, from the schools back into the county.
According to the FBI National Gang Threat Assessment, there are about 1.4 million gang members in the country, birthing more than 33,000 gangs right here in the United States. Now, when you think of gangs, you probably think of the bigger cities.
Why do you feel that Jasper County is being targeted for these gangs?
Because we're not exempt.
An exemption in this case, Sheriff Jenkins would like to be left out of, but he says, unfortunately, that's not the story.
It's no hidden secret. We're here. It's here in Jasper County.
That was Larry Sproul reporting. Now tomorrow it's going to be part 2 to this story. We are working for you to find out what the sheriff's office is doing about the gang problem. Also find out what parents are saying about the issue and how safe they feel that their children are when they go to school there. All right, it is 6:26. Straight ahead, the holiday shopping frenzy is about to begin, but while you're busy scoring those deals, criminals might be eyeing your merchandise, your homes, your cars, all the stuff you work hard for. We'll tell you what police are trying to do to keep you safer. And it's the conclusion of our 3-part series, Dangerous Driving. This time, state troopers put our Jonathan Myers to the test in one of the most dangerous driving situations out there.
And now, WJCL News, working for you.
Welcome back to Good Morning Savannah. I'm Jessica Kiss. We have more news for you in just a moment, but we're going to get our traffic report with Jonathan Myers.
Jessica, do have one traffic accident to report this morning at Broughton, and Broughton at Jefferson is reporting an accident there with no injuries, which is definitely good news. And the road is continuing to be opening despite that accident. Here's a look at the radar hotspot for today is Montgomery Crossroad. Be careful driving to work this morning. Lots of standing water. We had over an inch of rainfall in many areas yesterday, so there's still some ponding of water on the road. Jessica?
Thanks, Jonathan. Well, Savannah is waiving its downtown parking garage fee for the first 3 hours that you're parked. That offer starts on Thanksgiving, and it's also available on Black Friday. It will apply to every Thursday and Friday during the month of December. City-owned parking lots are the ones on Whitaker, Bryan, Liberty, Montgomery, and East State Streets. Daily rates apply after the first 3 hours. The city is doing this to make it easier for holiday shoppers. And if you've started your holiday shopping, you may have noticed more police activity in places like shopping malls and in some parking lots. The increase of officers is just one way that police are working to keep us safe this holiday season. But as WJCL's Cassidy Lance found out, there are some things that each of us can do as well to help combat crime during the holidays. Good morning.
Good morning, Jessica. That's exactly right. Now, while this season does signify togetherness, family, good food, and fun, police say it also marks the beginning of an increase in crime.
We want to make this event or the holiday season a very joyous, very safe.
Just days from now, shoppers will be lining up to score some of the best deals of the year, marking the unofficial beginning of the holiday shopping season. So starting Thursday evening, Savannah Chatham Metro Police will be working to make sure everyone stays safe.
You'll see additional officers out there to include off-duty officers working in businesses who have hired these officers to help out.
The Jingle Bell Patrol is an annual effort made by police to reduce crime in high-traffic areas like parking lots and shopping malls during the busy holiday season, a time when they say crime traditionally increases.
There's more visibility, more officers on the street. We want to prevent and deter crime.
Something shoppers say they're happy about.
I think that's a great idea, because that's when you hear most crimes and break-ins and vehicle break-ins is the holidays.
In addition to efforts made by police, there are a few things you can do to help yourself. They say taking simple measures like staying alert and aware of your surroundings. And don't leave bags, cell phones, or recently purchased presents visible in the car.
We ask them to put their things in the trunk. That's safe. We want the interior of the car to be free of anything.
Now, for a full list of these safety tips, go to our website, WJCL.com. They'll all be right there. And tomorrow, you want to stay tuned because I'll be working for you to find out how to safely decorate your home with lots of lights and more. Jessica, Jonathan.
Thanks, Cassidy. The special reports on dangerous driving continue this morning.
Recently, I stayed up for a long time to find out how my body how my mind would handle sleep deprivation.
Yeah, not very well. And take a look at part 3 of dangerous driving.
On a closed course off of Chatham Parkway, WJCL News and Georgia State Patrol have shown you how poorly someone drunk drives.
Right.
And someone who is texting.
Oh, okay.
Now it's time to show you the dangerous position I put myself in by not sleeping.
Been awake since 10 p.m. on Saturday night. And right now it's 5:45 Monday morning.
Almost 32 hours awake, and I can tell you I'm slowing down mentally. However, the worst is yet to come.
Right.
Some of our latest statistics and research shows that people that were fatigued longer than 24 hours were at far worse in a driving skills test than someone who was impaired above the legal limit.
To recap, the volunteer drunk driver failed 22% of his closed course exercises. Here I am after 36 hours awake.
Left. Left. Stop.
Utterly exhausted, I failed 66% of the tests the trooper gave me. In fact, the only tests I passed were the stopping exercises.
One time I actually told you one direction, but I pointed another direction just so we wouldn't get in a set routine of you trying to figure out and guess ahead of what we were doing. and you saw the response was just so delayed that we never had a chance to not impact the cone.
I asked Senior Trooper Andy Sinkfield how tired is too tired to safely drive.
Typically after that 12-hour mark, we start to see a decrease in reaction time, but when you get past that 18 to 20-hour mark, you're just as impaired as someone who's under the influence of an alcohol or drug.
What grade do you give me on my my little test you gave me?
Well, you would have failed, and hopefully you won't be driving after staying up 30 hours again.
Absolutely not. I've got someone taking me home, which I'm glad of that. And thanks for the test. It was awesome.
Thank you. Stop, 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 stop.
Real quickly, will you look at it differently?
Absolutely, yeah. You know, I didn't realize how much sleep deprivation can actually cause someone to the reaction time. It's not so much for me with stopping, as you saw there in the video, but it was more of your mind thinking left and right and stuff
reacting
like that.
to,
yeah.
you know.
And this is on a controlled course there, but think about being on like I-16 and just that slow movement of, just hearing the hum of the road.
Yep, that or something darting out in front of you, probably had no chance, or another car coming into your lane. Yeah, a study by AAA found that those who work the night shift are 6 times more likely to be involved in a drowsy driving crash.
We better be careful, Jessica. There's something else. Sleep-related crashes are most common in men younger than 25. Studies show they are more likely to stay up late, sleep less, and get behind the wheel.
Yep, keep watching. After Jonathan's full future track forecast, we're going to be, yeah, I do, I really do actually. We got the outtakes. They're quite funny, but they do drive home just how tired and out of it you were, you know.
Yeah, don't make fun of me when you see this.
I'm going to go take a nap during the commercial break.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Good Morning Savannah. 20 minutes till the top of the hour. Destination Weather Time sponsored by Safe Touch. And let's look at the travel forecast throughout the day. Wherever you may be headed today, by land or by car or train or even airplane. Airplane is going to be the problem today, no doubt about it. Even for some of the roadways. Atlanta is reporting a little bit of light snow this morning. 34 did not see any delays there. Everything's reporting pretty much on time, but do expect that trickle down for Atlanta later today. Washington's reporting just minor delays, but that should pick up as we go throughout the daytime. Delays are possible throughout the morning, especially this afternoon. And then for LaGuardia in New York, it's in the purple there because they're already seeing a high impact of delays there. So if you're flying to the Northeast trying to connect to another flight, do expect delays. Unfortunately, one of the busiest travel days, and boy, that's how it usually goes, right? We get the sloppy weather, and that's what we're seeing all up the East Coast. Snowfall in West Virginia, also the mountains of North Carolina, extends all the way down to Atlanta this morning, reporting a little light snow. Rain falling from North Carolina. Look at the nation's capital. Low ceilings, low clouds. It's going to slow things down all the way through New York and also for Boston. And you can see the Midwest, everything else is drying, but with the Northeast slowing things down with this wet weather, do expect delays pretty much throughout much of the eastern and the Midwestern part of the country if you're flying out. On the roadways this morning, you can see I-95 North is looking pretty good all the way through South Carolina. The batch of the rain moving through the low country. This is where the cold front is now just beginning to move off the coast. And I've been noticing the temperatures are beginning to fall back off to the west. That front will continue to move through. One good thing is later today by 1 o'clock, we will see clearing skies. So I do expect to see some sunshine later today, and that windy conditions really begin to pick up later this afternoon. We'll probably see winds gusting over 30 miles per hour throughout the day. Clear skies tonight, and it's a cold night coming up for us. Many areas will be either at or below freezing for morning lows. Look at the temperatures: 50 in Metter, Statesboro, 53 for Sylvania, Hilton Head 66, Savannah 61, already Midway 58. So that cooler air is slowly filtering to the south and southeast, and temperatures will continue to drop. We've already reached our high temperature for everyone. Savannah, our high today is 71. That'll continue to fall. 6 o'clock, you can see the 50s, and watch this by 11 in the 40s, and all the way through the afternoon, temperatures holding steady mid to upper 40s in the afternoon, and it will feel like that because of those windy conditions out of the west. And then by 10 o'clock tonight, temperatures will be down into the 30s. Storm tracker forecast today: 59 degrees, falling temperatures throughout the afternoon, probably right around 3 o'clock. Many areas maybe mid 50s, but some spots probably even lower 50s, and then it'll be windy through the afternoon into the early evening. 43 degrees by 9 o'clock with clear skies, and that cold temperatures tomorrow morning when you wake up for Thanksgiving. 7-day forecast: 30 tomorrow morning, 54 in the afternoon tomorrow. So good weather for your Thanksgiving outdoor activity plans. It'll be sunny. Don't have to worry about the rain tomorrow. And also for that shopping day on Friday, looking good for Black Friday, 60 degrees. And then a little bit warmer for the weekend, but more clouds by Sunday. And then after we get through today, the next chance of rain will be on Monday.
All right, as promised, you're about to see the outtakes from Jonathan during his dangerous driving series. He stayed up for more than 30 hours straight just to show you how dangerous it is for sleepy drivers to get behind the wheel. So not only are there outtakes from the on-camera things you were doing, but you actually talked to yourself at one point.
People are going to make fun of me. I know,
yeah,
I can feel it coming.
Coming
up, I did something. Coming up, I did one of the most dangerous things while driving. Oh, let me do that again. I did something that man, I've seen the sun set, rise, and set again. Hold on, I've seen the sun set, rise, okay. I've seen the sun set, rise, and set again. Oh, no, reverse. 3, 2, 1. I've seen the sun rise, set, and rise again without any sleep. I think I got the short end of the stick of the morning. I've seen the sun rise, set, and rise again without any sleep. How does this affect?
You just use all your outtakes as the effects of sleep deprivation.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. That's your mind is not quite clicking quite right.
Yes, we got you.
Oh,
he looks back at the camera. I think he's like, oh,
yeah.
oh, man, I was
You
talking
caught
to
me.
myself.
Oh.
That poor guy. He was struggling at the end of 36 hours. He was bad, you guys. I mean, it was.
And I thought at first, you know, that you may have to put on a little bit act to maybe run over some of the cones. I promise everyone at home, this was no act. This was no act.
No. It clearly
wasn't. It just shows you that, you know, losing a little bit of sleep, which is quite a bit, you know, not sleeping for over 24 hours is a huge deal.
He was confident going into it. No, I'll be able to handle this.
Yeah.
And Trooper Sinkfield he told me, he's like, no, he won't. No, he won't do it right. He will not be able to handle it.
It was rough. And yet, you know, your mind it is not working quite right with that sleep deprivation.
All right, we'll be right